are these people?
That's right. We're being targeted.
I don't know. You're doing the show.
Am
right?
I? Oh, right. That's right. All right. Well, hey, by the way, they're coming for us. They're coming for us. This is my segment entitled Everybody Who Disagrees with You is an Extremist. I believe that is the name of a Jesse Jett album at one point. And we have all been targeted to become the next batch of extremists. Because
you violated the law.
Yes, as our Homeland Secretary has clearly stated, that there is no room in the U.S. for the rest of the world's terrorist sympathizers. So therefore...
Terrorism. Terror organization, terrorist attacks. Terrorism, terrorist network, terrorist attacks, terrorist group, terrorists, terrorists, instruments of terror, a terror network.
That's the one that gets me every time.
Terror network.
Instruments of terror.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking gets me every time, dude.
So, our Department of Homeland Security felt the need in advance of this all going on Thursday, I think it was, or even Wednesday, to put this out. There is no room in the U.S. for the world's terrorist sympathizers. I wonder who they're talking about. Anyone who thinks they can come to America and advocate for anti-Semitic violence and terrorism, think again. The only anti-Semitic violence that I've actually seen was like the Beitar motherfuckers that were attacking the Jewish students at Columbia, by the way. All right. You are not welcome here. Yes, Beitar, you are not welcome here. We will find you, deport you, and prosecute you to the... Right. But we will find you, deport you, and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. Unfortunately, I don't think they mean Beitar. They mean us.
Nope.
Or not even, because we are not coming to America, but they mean college students who voice an opinion that they disagree with Israel's policy of exterminating the Palestinian people, as admitted by an American nurse who just served there at their hospitals. Homeland Security would not like you to pay attention to those inconvenient facts. So,
yep.
To go along and play along with the narrative, you've got lunatic right-winger lobbyists like Palantir's favorite lobbyist, who used to be a representative in Congress in California, Mike Gallagher, calls for branding Code Pink as domestic terrorists. Now, I've called for a long time that the reason why they went after Julian Assange as hard as they did was that they deemed him a non-state hostile actor, a terrorist, an international terrorist, which then meant that they could do all kinds of different things and throw out all kinds of different laws in order to be able to prosecute terrorism. Thanks for that, Obama. All right. All of the rules go out the window when it comes to terrorism. Now, Palantir CEO Alex Karp has acknowledged his company's central role in the Gaza slaughter and brags about killing people around the globe. So let's hear what this unhinged lunatic has to say to Fox Business.
In this country.
Well, I became very used to Code Pink, paid protesters disrupting every hearing that we did when I was chairman of the Select Committee on China. But what I found myself thinking while on stage with the Secretary of the Navy is that we're less than a day removed from these crazy people having burned alive a Holocaust survivor. Couldn't they have taken just one day off from their insanity? This is now a fringe, sort of woke anti-Semitic virus that was once confined to college campuses has now escaped the lab, and these incidents are growing. But again, they're also not interested.
Somebody set a Holocaust survivor on fire? Wait, what?
Yeah, bullshit.
That's just a fabrication.
This is now a fringe, sort of woke anti-Semitic virus that was once confined to college campuses has now escaped the lab, and these incidents are...
because college campuses are really the ones that started everything here, right? It wasn't It wasn't because Israel was murdering people. There wasn't any anti-war protesters before, right?
Growing.
Sure.
But again, they're also not interested in free speech or freedom of exchange.
Except the speech of
Well, he
us to
fucking
say
calls
fuck,
for. Yeah.
except
Yeah,
for us
okay.
to say fuck Israel and stop bombing babies. That's not free speech.
They were intending to disrupt a free exchange of ideas. So these people
No, it wasn't
are
a free
both-
exchange of ideas. It was not a free exchange of ideas, motherfucker. It was an exchange of ideas between Palantir and their shareholders and a friendly audience that wasn't going to challenge them on any of those substantive issues. You fuckers.
It's a fucking free exchange of ideas while you fucking tear people off the stage. How the fuck that work?
incredibly uninformed. They're brainwashed.
Uninformed, brainwashed. Who keeps denying genocide again?
Much more, which is a dangerous movement, a domestic terrorist movement. We must use all legal
domestic terrorist movement
mechanisms at our disposal to prevent people from being harmed. And I think politicians on the left, on the right, everywhere in between can come together around that basic, very fundamental American fact.
No, it's not a fact.
Politicians on the left, on the right, legal, which is a dangerous movement, a domestic terrorist movement. We must...
A domestic terrorist movement. That's dangerous as fuck right there. All right? The domestic terrorists are the guys that are fucking beating up immigrants in the streets right now. That have uniforms and nightsticks and guns. Those are the domestic terrorists. Oh, by the way... Thanks a lot to our friend Mel, the village crazy lady. But wait, hold on. What else did Max have to say underneath that? By the way, the dissident, our friend and INN co-founder, also published a very long article with a deep dive and expose on Mike Gallagher. But here's a couple of hit points from village crazy lady Mel. Hey, Rep Gallagher, haven't seen you answer the following questions. Why did you collect millions in campaign donations in 2024 despite knowing that you were going to resign from office last January? Why did you not return that money to your donors? Why did you then donate $350,000 from your campaign coffers to the Sagamore Institute 1 month after you were appointed to join their board? Is that how you eventually got your payoff? Because that wasn't your money that you gave. That was people who gave to your campaign. And what are you going to do with the remaining $3.2 million still in your account? Going to launder that back to yourself as well? Why would your PAC not call the law after a thief intercepted your mail, then stole thousands of dollars from your PAC by forging checks? By the way, here are the receipts. Here are the receipts showing that the Sagamore Institute got a $350,000 donation, from Waging Peace Treasurer Paul Kilgore in Athens, Georgia. All right. Meet the team for the Sagamore Institute.
Timeline, screenshots, everything.
Right. This is from Paul Kilgore. To whom it may concern, we are in receipt of the letter from the Commission regarding the above referenced report. Please see below for our complete response. The loss was the result of a check for a legitimate expense being intercepted while in transit through USPS and forged by the thief. So it was a forgery? The committee has implemented new anti-theft prevention measures to prevent future occurrences. Thank you for your opportunity to respond. So, allegedly, the check was fraudulent. Paul Kilgore, Waging Peace. That was March 6th. March 18th. Waging Peace reported fraudulent activity to Nicollet National Bank on July 24th, 2024. The committee can confirm that neither Nicollet Bank nor the PAC contacted law enforcement after the theft occurred. In effort to recover the funds, the PAC submitted an affidavit for fraudulent activity to Nicollet Bank, confirming the funds were stolen by an unknown individual to the campaign on July 30th, 2024. The bank returned to the committee on September 19th that the funds could not be recovered. So the money's gone. Huh. So it made it to the Sagamore Institute, right? $350,000 was cashed, stolen, but cashed. How couldn't they recover it? These guys could just give the check back, couldn't they?
Where's the money, Lebowski?
But no, they instead. Oh, what? Oh, look, he got hired. Get out! No way.
Yeah, this is the guy that smashes the watermelons, right?
I wish.
This guy?
No, he died. So, speaking of what was happening in the streets this week, I've never heard of Utopic news before, so take it with a grain of salt. But this is actual camera footage. The NYPD and ICE mistakenly arrest a Chilean woman on vacation in New York City, and the police left her 12-year-old daughter on the street alone. Tell me how this is helping anybody. She was here on vacation, legally. What the fuck? Let's watch this bullshit. Fucking pigs.
Stop! You violated the law.
Say, my daughter.
Yeah. Please, she also adds.
Could you imagine how much money these people spent to come to New York City to begin with? And then she's just taken away. Like, what's she supposed to do? What the fuck is she supposed to do? You know, I believe it was Public Enemy that once said, "Fuck the police." Speaking of which, the Stormtroopers were out in LA too. Seditionist distribution. After a rapid increase in the number of ICE raids, the people of LA marched on the county jail and spent yesterday battling DHS and the LAPD. Solidarity to those who resist. So here is a line of Stormtroopers firing tear gas at a crowd. Check this shit out. Unbelievable. Remember what Cop City is about? It's this.
People in front of me.
It was NWA. Thank you, Yeah, we need the Imperial March for sure. But wait.
Why are you helping the fake cops? You guys are fine, but why are you helping the fake cops?
Dude, a lot of those reporters got hurt. And yet another one fired into the crowd just for good luck. All right. Then, of course, we saw this today. Trump deploys the National Guard. And now all the shit that we've been warning you about for years and showing you with Boston Dynamics. Fuck you in the sound.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your music.
Oh, hell no!
So, I believe you did a long segment on how to disable one of these things recently on INN News.
Yeah.
Go check that out.
Couple of times.
All right. That's what they have prepared for us. Our new robot overlords. All right. Now, for now, you can throw a jacket or a shirt over the camera, run around to the back, and hit the kill switch on the back, which is basically where the dog's asshole would be. Disgusting. But so are these robot dogs. That's gross. So I don't think that YouTube would be too happy with us for that, and they certainly don't want to monetize us back. So if you're able to, and it means fund the media you want to see and support the media you want to see, Cash App, $, Indie News Network, ko-fi.com/Indie News Network, paypal.me/Indie News Network, and of course at innnewsletter.com. You can always do that over there, or at indienewsnow.com, where we're live right now, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. Support independent media. We need it more than ever. Love you.
Bye-bye! We are party.
No! We just fucking lost the stream!
Can keep giving us nothing and think we're bluffing about coming for your heads. Why play civil if you won't listen? To 50,000 died. And now we know our mission. We form a militia, make Congress a prison.